Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a really thought-provoking essay by Feng titled The Revelation of the Camera. What starts out as a simple observation about the security cameras we walk past every single day, while it quickly transforms into this profound cosmic philosophy about accountability, the universe, and our inner lives. If you've ever wanted to understand how a regular old physical lens could scale up into a metaphysical mirror reflecting our entire existence, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's dive in. The whole foundation of this philosophy rests on a rather eerie ancient concept that beautifully sets the stage for us. The quote goes, "The sky has eyes, the earth has eyes, everyone has a pair of eyes." And right alongside that, there's a traditional saying that there are gods 3 feet above our heads. It's a pretty striking way to frame the conversation, right? We aren't just talking about modern technology here. We're talking about this deeply ancient feeling of being watched, just updated for the modern age.
All right, let's jump into part one, the physical lens.
Think about your daily routine for a second. Almost no matter where you go, you're likely being watched. Obviously, this applies to high security places, banks, jewelry stores, airports, train stations. But the text points out that it pushes way further than that. We're monitored even in spaces we assume are completely private. Tons of homes have extensive security systems now, and unfortunately, it's not totally unimaginable to find hidden cameras secretly recording in a hotel room. Basically, we have to navigate the world with the baseline assumption that countless cameras are capturing our every move. So, what does all this physical monitoring actually do to us? Well, it ultimately forces us into a very specific mode of behavior. Whether there's actually a camera in the room or not, just the mere possibility of being watched compels us to behave honestly, to be decent. And why? Purely out of self-preservation. If we don't act decently, our misdeeds could be captured and turned into irrefutable evidence, maybe even used for blackmail. The physical lens literally keeps us in line just through the fear of exposure. But here is where the essay takes a massive pivot. It doesn't just stop at sociology or everyday privacy concerns. Feng uses this mundane reality of security cameras to ask a much, much larger metaphysical question. What does this phenomenon of constant surveillance actually reveal to us about the very nature of the universe itself? And that brings us to part two, the cosmic information space. Okay, buckle up because Feng introduces a really wild concept here called the retention information space. He proposes that this exists within what are called 36-dimensional spaces. In this framework, everything in the universe essentially functions as a camera. Every single day, our words and deeds are meticulously recorded into this dimensional space in documentary form. And we're not just talking about yesterday's news. As long as the universe has existed, everything from hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years ago is permanently logged. The text even notes a fascinating detail. Hypnotized individuals often see their past play out exactly like they're watching a serialized television drama. So we have this really clear parallel. On one side, you have our regular physical cameras. They record current actions as photos or video, mostly to be used as human evidence, right? Like in a court of law or, as we mentioned, for blackmail. But on the other side, we have the cosmic camera. This captures actions over millions of years, recording them continuously in documentary form for ultimate cosmic accountability. It takes the idea of a simple CCTV camera and scales it up to an unending universal documentary lens. Now, because heaven, earth, and the greatest creator know absolutely everything, the text hits us with a pretty stern warning. We have to completely abandon this dangerous illusion that we can do bad things in secret. Especially when you're entirely alone, you can't think your actions are going unnoticed. You simply cannot sneak around doing evil because you fundamentally cannot escape the law of this universe. So we've established that our physical actions and our spoken words are permanently recorded on this cosmic tape. But the author takes us even deeper. Here is a totally chilling question to consider. Does anyone know every thought in our hearts? I mean, it's one thing to have your physical movements tracked, but what about the invisible, totally silent activities of your own mind? Let's explore exactly how that works in part 3, tracking our inner frequencies. Think about it like digital tracking. As long as you're connected to the internet, every single word you type on your smartphone or your laptop is known and recorded by network terminals. We barely even question that anymore, do we? Well, the text argues that in the exact same way, every single person is continuously connected to the entire universe. Therefore, the universe acts as the ultimate network terminal, easily logging all of our inner thoughts and mental activities.
Okay, so how does the universe actually read a thought? The author lays out a specific, almost scientific-sounding step-by-step process. Step 1, an inner thought or activity occurs within your heart or mind. Step 2, that thought doesn't just stay trapped inside your head. It physically turns into a frequency wave that's emitted outward into the universe. Step 3, as a direct result of that frequency, your actual biological wave color changes. And finally, step 4, these internal shifts manifest outwardly. They actually alter your expressions, your emotions, and even your posture.
Because these emotional, biological, and physical changes are constantly happening, there's absolutely nowhere to hide. The Tao records everything that has happened and is currently happening everywhere. Our every little bit of interactivity cannot possibly escape the eyes and ears of the greatest creator. The universe literally has zero blind spots when it comes to your internal frequency.
Which brings us to our final section, Part 4, Living Under the Cosmic Lens.
So, what do we actually do with this massive, kind of intimidating amount of information? Well, understanding this universal camera completely reshapes our worldview. The text reveals a profound truth. There is no such thing as injustice or favoritism. Your current life situation, everything you are experiencing right at this very moment, is perfectly and exactly caused by your past words, deeds, and, crucially, your inner thoughts. Everything is exactly as it should be, based entirely on those frequencies you've emitted into the retention information space. By accepting this perfect system of cosmic accountability, the author gives us some incredibly clear, practical takeaways. First off, we can finally understand the true value of praying or confessing during a crisis, knowing that miracles can appear when we genuinely cry out for help. Second, we can accept our life circumstances with absolute peace, knowing for a fact the universe plays no favorites. And finally, armed with the knowledge that absolutely every thought and action is recorded, we know exactly which path to take, the path of living a genuinely decent and honest life, from the inside out. To wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with a really provocative question to think about today. We so easily accept that our internet searches and our physical movements are tracked by security cameras. But if you truly believed your every fleeting inner thought was being recorded as a frequency wave in a 36-dimensional documentary, how would your own mental tracking and personal accountability change today? It is a fascinating lens through which to view our daily lives. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and keep seeking understanding.